Hi, so
Hello.
today we want to talk about something you shouldn't do when you go to Japan that you think that's okay or it means nothing in the States or any other country, but when you're in Japan it's a little offensive. And we were talking about it, and then the one thing I thought about is like a kissing or touching in public. I don't know why it's bad, but they don't do it, and it's just a little offensive.
Just being really affectionate in public is not something that is well taken in Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, I see people holding hands.
Yeah, or like, I don't know, like, just, I don't know, like kissing, but like a pecking pretty much. Like it's just
Yeah,
like,
but even that, it's
what?
so rare that I see people kissing in
Mm-mm.
Japan in public. It's just, like if you go to the airport in the US and people are like kissing each other, saying goodbye, and like,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that in Japan.
We don't even
amongst
hug each
Japanese.
other.
Yeah, we don't, that's the thing is we don't touch each other in public.
Yeah.
Even in, that's why we bow. Like,
Mhm.
we don't shake hands.
Yeah,
We're
like
not a very, like, touchy
yeah.
country.
Yeah, it's like more like, I don't know, personal space, or I don't know why.
It's just, it's
To
not
be
common.
honest.
Like, now that I've been in the US for a while, but growing up in Japan, like, I never hugged my uncles or cousins. You just never do it. And now that when I go back, because I've been in the US for a while now, like, I do it. Like, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna miss you. And we're at the airport and I hug them. And they're a little bit like
Sip. Right?
yeah, because they don't know
Like,
what to do because they're not used to it. But I think over the years they've gotten a little bit used to it, so they kind of just like laugh now and like hug me back a little bit. But it's just not very common to touch other people.
Yeah.
in
Holding
Japan.
hands is completely okay, or I guess like a kissing for like a picture, that's more like acceptable. But
But you won't ever see people like, oh, hey, so nice. Like, I missed you, and just start
Yeah.
kissing, or just, I don't know, just kissing on the train. Not like making out, even just
Yeah.
like doing a little. It's just.
it's not okay. Like it's not making out in the States, but like a kissing for a long time, or kind of I don't know, being touchy, considered making out in Japan. So it's kind of like you are making out in public, and that's a little offensive.
People
too.
don't like it.
Yeah, like especially like in a train or
Oh yeah, don't
something.
ever do that stuff on the train. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you can, but I wouldn't recommend it because you'll probably get a lot of dirty looks.
Yeah, I can't point out why it's not good, but it just you should know that's a little offensive thing to do, because I mean you can do that, but if
I
you
mean-
don't have to, you might as well as not.
Yeah, I mean, growing up in Japan, I don't ever remember seeing any couple or anyone really kissing or, being affectionate on
Yeah.
in public. I don't really ever remember seeing any of that. I've seen holding hands, but that's about it. Like, I don't.
Yeah, like holding hands. Yeah, holding hands is very common. Obviously,
Yeah.
everyone does that. But
Anything beyond that is so rare. I never saw
Mhm.
it. So maybe that's why people get a little bit offended because they're just not used to it. Maybe if people did it more often, we would get used to it, or people would get used to it, and it wouldn't be so
yeah,
weird to them.
I guess it's just a culture.
It is a cultural thing because
Yeah.
even on basic cable, most shows, if they just have a kiss scene, it's a big deal.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like I remember there's like a girl comic book or stories. If you kiss, that's a happy ending, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like it's like a huge deal. Kissing is that happy ending. That's the end. Like if you kiss a person, you are all good, happily ever after. So until then, you don't even touch each other for entire stories, TV dramas. Yeah. So
Yeah, like a lot
it's
of
a big deal.
Yeah, like a lot of TV shows here, I mean, there's always kissing or a lot of making out. It's just like very normal to see that on TV. But in Japan, like it is like the climax of that scene or episode if they even just kissed each other. So it's just very not common to like do a lot of like kissing scenes and making out scenes. So maybe that's why it kind of goes into that like in public, because you don't ever see it on TVs and you don't see it in real life. In public. I mean, who knows what people do in their private lives.
Yeah, like I have no idea. Like if there is like a weird thing going on, but in public, it just, I think
It's pretty conservative.
it's called like TPO, like, you know, time, place, occasion. That's a really important thing about Japan. Like how you even speak, or how you dress, or how you present yourself. Everything depends on the time, place, occasion. So in public, outside, you don't do those kind of things. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I thought you should know that before you go to Japan. Well, today we're gonna finish here.
Yep.
And Candy is writing a little more like about details and everything about Japan in her blog.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a blog post on some other things too that might be a little bit embarrassing if you did it in Japan as opposed to if you did it in other countries.
So
stay
don't
tuned
forget
for
to
that.
check it out. Bye with a knit.